Special needs children are kids who often are physically, developmentally, or emotionally challenged. Some also suffer from disabilities such as being deaf and dumb. Some are visually impaired or blind, while others suffer from physical disabilities. During the reopening of schools today, the CTV PM Edition team visited one of the schools that attend to some of the children. At the Uganda Society for the Deaf, we found preparations of the reopening of schools in high gear. Some of the teachers were seen already waiting for the students and pupils arrive on day one. But unlike other schools, at this school the numbers were slow. Only a handful were seen reporting. Adam Katamba is one of the students that managed to arrive early for the new school term. The young man in his teens is very excited after spending 2 years without studying.
Yes, I'm very ready to see my friends standing up. Even when I came in the morning, I was very ready to start learning, but there was no one yet. So I believe slowly by slowly they will keep turning up, and I believe Monday we shall start serious lessons.
Katamba prefers to be at school where people he can speak his language as compared to home where few understand sign language.
While at home, for instance, my parents, it's a challenge of communication. Sign language is a big challenge for them. But when I get here at the society for the deaf, I always interact very well with my friends. But when I go back home, I just have to be patient because they use local sign language.
James Kato, an instructor at the Deaf Society School, says now that schools are finally open, a lot more needs to be done to equip the students. According to the instructor, an automatic promotion as suggested by the Education Ministry is out of the picture.
Before the lockdown, students used to be promoted to a different class to another when they have really attained a certain skill. But now, given the deaf culture, they need a lot of care.
Kato says the deaf culture needs a lot of attention and patience if children are to learn. He adds that the fight against COVID-19 does not favor them because they cannot communicate with masks on.
We have our own elements of sign language, unlike the hearing whereby even with a mask it can still communicate. But for us, the deaf, when you're communicating, we'll have to put the mask down.
John Muwanga, the deputy principal of the Uganda Society for the Deaf, says that they are still facing a big challenge of students reporting back to school.
The parents tend to begin with those who are normal. So it's very unfortunate that the parents still have that feeling that, those who are disabled maybe should go later. And it's the same even which applies to paying in fees or tuition. The parents first go and cater for the normal ones, then later, maybe after 3 or 4 days, that's when they come.
Muwanga adds that these children need psychologists and counselors to prepare them mentally for school, yet most of the counselors out there do not understand sign language.
We pay the money and they do the counseling. And for someone to come and do the job, a counselor may come, but not conversant with the sign language. So it means we even have to hire a sign language instructor.
The principal also wants the Ministry of Education to intervene in matters of examinations and education.
These deaf, dumb, deaf-blind, deaf-dumb especially, are subjected to the same terms and conditions when it comes to assessment. It's very unfair. Surely someone cannot hear, someone cannot talk, and you say you are setting a paper.
At Kampala School for the Physically Handicapped, they are still facing a number of challenges. Esther Chiwanika, the headmistress of the school, says the automatic promotion has left a big gap in Primary 1.
The turn-up is not yet okay since it was automatic promotion, and we are trying to register learners from the first class because now we have P2, we don't have P1.
Chiwanika says they have trained their teachers on how to handle students and pupils who will be given 2 weeks to be brought back in order.
To train them and the staff, we are ready to receive them. These 2 weeks we are going to give them time to express themselves. We are going to talk to them, to play with them, to counsel them. We are not going to deal in class work, but at least to bring them back to normal.
Children with special needs may find it hard to adapt the education program after having been home for a long time, which may take a long way to be fully reshaped back. Here at the Uganda Society School of the Deaf, the turn-up is low as compared to the other schools, as students are given this whole week to report and the official lessons shall start next week on Monday. Lucky Atari, Winjira, CTV, PMA.